Hello, everybody, and welcome to a brand new episode live on the Outlaw Nation channel of the John and Wendy Show, making a triumphant return back to YouTube as a live show, here to talk about all the fun stuff happening on in the world of entertainment, get into some K-pop stuff, talk about our reviews and recommendations, and have some weird, fun, unusual stories here to help you all out. We usually do this on a Friday, but we got scheduling issues, so we're doing it today and having some fun with you. Also, thank you all for joining us. I am one half of the John and Wendy Show, the Outlaw John Rocha, joined as always by the better half over there, the great Wendy Lee Zaney. How are you, Wendy?
I am good. I'm so tired. I am so tired. I think I finished my edit for Andor episode 10, the reaction at 4, which means
my God.
I probably didn't fall asleep until 4:30 because I'm like too anxious. But I'll say this. I've been like really, I mean, you know what's been going on, between like Dustin having his emergency surgery. He's okay. He's healing, and flying to Atlanta and back, which we'll talk about later.
Yeah, sure.
And just like, around this time of the year, award stuff is starting to go out. So there's a lot of stuff, a lot of screenings. They all overlap. I have like 4 things that everybody wants more. That's like, hey, next week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, can you come? I'm like, I can only do one. I'm already sacrificing one thing for the other because I already promised that person, that publicist, that I would. I hate doing unless it's, something I absolutely have to move. I hate telling them no after I've said yes. So I haven't even confirmed my plans for Thursday. In any case, what I'm trying to say is I am overwhelmed and I am tired and I am not getting enough sleep. And please watch the movie couples reaction for Andor episode 10. Thank you very much.
As Pacino once said in Godfather Part 3, this is the price you pay for the life you choose. Certainly, it's the price we're paying. Wendy more so than me. I think if I was living in LA, I'd probably be in the same boat as Wendy because I still get all those invites for that stuff, but I'm not going to drive up every day. You see these things, so I try to keep it, it a little bit of a balance here in San Diego. But I hear you. Yesterday, I saw Bardo. I was at a Bardo screening yesterday. Tonight I have Devotion. Thursday it's Pinocchio, and then Monday was Wakanda Forever. So like this whole week is chock full of screenings, and they're starting to stack up. Just got my invitation for The Whale. So there's so much that is happening here, but this is the life we've chosen. And it can be quite exhausting. I only had 5 hours myself, got up, watched Andor, and then did my spoiler review. I'm not to the level where I'm going to do the reaction with you guys. That's just I think I'd be dead. I think I'd be absolutely dead after a few weeks of doing that.
You're a bit of a night owl though, no?
Yeah, I am a night owl, yes, but they don't drop till midnight. So I'm not a night owl like I used to be, where I would stay up till 3, no big deal, get up at 9 and go on with my day. Now it's like I'm falling asleep at 10. So I got to figure things out, So, but we'll see in the future. We'll see for sure.
Understood.
For sure. And The Crown dropped today, so I'm looking forward to catching up on The Crown as well in my pockets of windows that I have throughout the day. But yeah, we're gonna get into so many things in our own lives, but here on the show as well, we're going to get into so many things going on in the world of entertainment. Thank you all so much for joining us live. For those of you who are joining us live, we appreciate it madly. Please hit a like on this video as you're watching it right now. If you're watching it later, hit a like and leave a comment on the video as well. And we're going to talk about some stuff here, Wendy. And before we do, quick reminder, Streamlabs Super Chats. Don't forget to send those in. We got the Streamlabs Super Chats open now. No more bits, no more cheers for now, but we're going to be focusing on Streamlabs and Super Chats. So send those in if you can right now. All right, Wendy, what are we starting off with first?
Well, since you were just talking about Super Chats and Streamlabs and all that stuff, we do have one from J Master.
Yes.
So J Master writes, breaking news per Variety, Indiana Jones TV series in early development from Lucasfilm and Disney for Disney Plus.
Right.
Well, okay. Not that I don't, I think the response is not that I don't want it. Obviously, it's Indiana Jones, right? Gotta love it. But I feel like I'm confused because we know we're getting the 5th movie.
Yeah.
So is this a new, like a reboot? Or is this...
It's a good question because
what is it?
We had an Indiana Jones series way back in the 90s, right? With, was it Sean Patrick Thomas or Sean Patrick Flannery? One of the guys... One of those actors back then from the 90s who played Indiana Jones in that series. But I think Hector Navarro's tweet about this is the correct tweet. He said, look, Indiana Jones series, hello. I mean, hello. Hello. So, I mean, this is the right answer, don't you think? Maybe if you're going to have it, does it have to be a prequel? Can it still be in the world of Indiana Jones, but maybe focus on other characters from the Indiana Jones
I don't want
franchise?
anything else anymore. That's it. That's what I want. I want Ke Huy Quan. I want Ke Huy Quan.
Call the short round. Great. I think it would be awesome.
Short round, and then in small little letters in Indiana Jones.
Right.
I got to meet. Well, I didn't really get to meet. I admire from afar, but James Hong was being honored at the Critics Association, and it was their first time doing like a celebration of Asian Pacific films and television.
Yeah.
So a lot of people were being honored, and James Hong, being the legend that he is, was on stage to receive his award, and Ke Huy Quan was the one to present it to him. So they were, and obviously they were together in Everything Everywhere All at Once. So they were saying hi to each other. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna sneak up and take a picture of them. But my flash went off on the phone, which never happens. You know how it's like it's always on off.
Right.
So it went off, but it was like such a happy accident because no publicist was near them, and they both looked at me. So I have this like really sick photo of the both of them looking at me, looking just really, really. I was like, oh my god, no, they were like, hey, there's a photo. Should we look like we're, I don't know, handsome in Hollywood? Here, let me try to. I'm gonna try to find it and show you.
Text it to me. I'll put it up on the screen. If you text it to me, I can put it up on the screen.
I'll text it to you. It's a good photo. Or you should have it in a second.
Wendy was tackled by security. No.
Do.
Yeah, we do have a couple of things breaking, Wendy. If we want to talk about it real quick before we jump into our main topics here.
Yeah.
This was just from Variety. Apparently, a Snoop Dogg biopic is being set at Universal Studios with Menace to Society director Alan Hughes attached to the project to direct it. Of course, he did Menace to Society, The Defiant Ones, and Dead Presidents with his brother. He said, I waited a long time to put this project together because I wanted to choose the right director, the perfect writer. Joe Robert Cole, who co-wrote the Black Panther scripts, will write this screenplay. That's what he was talking. And Snoop said, I waited a long time to put this project together. I wanted to choose the right director, the perfect writer, and the greatest movie company I could partner with. I can understand the legacy that I'm trying to portray on screen and the memory I'm trying to leave behind. It's amazing how he could say all this without, adding the Z's to any of those words. He said it was a perfect marriage. It was the holy matrimony, not holy macaroni. Boom. So, this is going to happen. Donna Langley, who is the Universal Film Entertainment Group chairman, has been shepherding this project for quite some time. And she was involved, I think she was involved with the Straight Outta Compton project as well. So,
okay.
Yeah, what are your thoughts here? I mean, Snoop Dogg, there's a lot around Snoop Dogg. There's a lot of what a icon that has lasted through multiple decades, doing his own thing, never really caught up in too much controversy.
Right.
Was there in the battles between the West Coast and the East Coast, that rap battle between Puffy and Suge Knight. He was right at the center of it with Murder Inc. He did stuff with Tupac, obviously stuff with Dre, then went on his own, became an actor, the stuff with Martha Stewart. There is so much to talk about Snoop Dogg's life.
And I think that makes it a really interesting biopic. You know? So I feel like it makes sense that we want to tell the story. I think in a way, this is going to sound really morbid. In a way, I feel, usually biopics come on when the person has passed.
Yes, right, exactly.
So that makes me feel like it gets a bad juju to make it. Like that's not made.
But Madonna's doing her own biopic. She's executive producing her own biopic. True.
But I do think that if you're gonna have yourself portrayed on screen, you might as well be hands-on. And make sure you tell the story in the narrative that you want it to be, and not, have it misconstrued in some other, crazy story. And I feel like this makes sense for Snoop Dogg. I think he's done a lot. I mean, there's a lot of other rappers too that I'm actually surprised they haven't gotten a biopic.
Sure.
So maybe this could be another film that'll kick off, a series of movies or even TV shows that'll tell the other stories as well.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I mean, I like the idea, but I'm like, I'd rather see a series.
Did I lose you? Hold on a second.
Can you hear it? Can you hear me?
I don't understand.
Uh-oh.
I think I did.
I am. Hello?
Yeah. Hello. Hey.
Okay. I lost you for a second. I don't know why.
No worries. Yeah, I mean, for me, I like the idea of it, but I wish it was a series. I think there's a lot more to explore
Ooh, yeah.
with him that I think we could have created a series out of and had some fun with myself personally. And I think that's where I would fall on the spectrum of it all. Have a whole Snoop Dogg, like a 6-episode series. They did that for the Wu-Tang Clan.
Yeah.
They did that for New Edition. That 4-hour movie that was split into 2 parts. So I feel like Tupac's been around long enough to merit a 6-episode series.
Yes.
You know, all the way from his beginnings there in South Central, all the way out to where he is now. You know, and how he was able to make weed at the time, which was such a taboo thing. Eventually, society coming to accept it, and him being a part of helping that to happen. So it could there's a lot to explore with Snoop. So could be very interesting for sure.
Yeah. Adit Mahmood says, please let the Snoop Dogg biopic come out on 420.
that just makes all the sense in the world.
Yes.
You're absolutely correct. It should come out on 420. That makes all the sense in the world. Yeah, weird is yeah. So another part, and we got another breaking story here on the news. Speaking of biopics, Millie Bobby Brown wants to play Britney Spears.
I can totally see it.
What do you think about that?
I can totally see they have there's specific bone structure, especially she would look great as a younger Britney as well, and with makeup. Sure. Like I would. I mean, I know there's so many movies and documentaries and all that already have been done about Britney Spears. I don't know if I think somebody is making one, but she's not involved in it, from what I understand. She's not involved.
She was kind of unhappy with the other ones that were involved.
Yeah, I think she just wants. I think she wants to be left alone. Is what she wants. Yeah, I'm sure. But Millie Bobby Brown is a good actress. She's a really, really good actress. And I could see her playing, Britney. She probably listened to Britney growing up.
I mean, that's not that far away in terms of the bone structure, like you said.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, there's a little bit. I mean, she could look enough like Britney, like Lily James did with Pam Anderson.
Yeah.
There's enough.
You just have to do the makeup.
Yeah. You just have to do the makeup. Yeah, absolutely. Could be interesting too. Yeah. And is she going to put on, because she's Britney's got the thicker legs and whatever. Is she
like a dancer's? Yeah.
Dancer's legs. Is she going to put on that weight to kind of play Britney? And are we going to see Millie do some of the others? Britney breaking down.
I would love
shave
that.
Her head? Yeah, it seems like they want to.
She's already done it before. She's like, you know what, guys?
That's right.
I've shaved my head before for 11. It's this feels familiar. Yeah, I think if they do it, I would like to see Millie tackle the more emotional side of all of this.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'd love to see it too. And I think she's a great person to do that with, because she's got so much talent, as you said. And Britney would do well to have someone like her portray her, to kind of elevate her story and bring attention to her story, because Millie Bobby Brown is generating that kind of respect from fans and from critics.
Yes.
For her abilities as an actress. Enola Holmes 2, which I have to still watch.
Same.
I hear great things about that, so I want to see that one and see how good that is. So, and the way she's been kind of running her interviews lately, Millie is very much a woman in charge of her own life and in charge of her own career. So she could bring a really strong voice to the portrayal of Britney in a biopic like this, for sure.
Which is so good for her that she's found her own voice, and she's very clear in her, in her interviews.
Yes.
And her thoughts, because kind of the same thing goes for Zendaya, because child stars, it's a tough life.
Yeah.
So major respect for them, to not somebody else take control of their career, and they're kind of calling the shots. So that's good.
For sure. I'm putting the Streamlabs address in the chat right now before we jump into our main topics here. Just letting you all know, send in your Streamlabs and your super chats. We already had a super chat earlier today from Draws, or from Jay Master rather. So thank you, Jay. We appreciate it madly. And there's 35 of you watching us right now. So hit a like as you're watching us, and leave a comment down below later on in the show if you're watching later. All right, Wendy, let's jump into our big stuff. Where are we going?
Yeah, let's talk about the weekend box office coming up, because we got a major movie hitting theaters in just a couple, actually tomorrow night, if you want to do the early, 7, 8 p.m. showing, right? For Black Panther 2, Wakanda Forever. So let's take a look at the box office predictions, because I feel like it's okay to call this movie a highly anticipated film of 2022.
Yeah, I would say that's fair to make that comment.
I think that's fair. So, internationally, this film is expected to probably add another 155 mil, 195 mil as it goes everywhere except Russia.
Russia and China.
And yeah.
Yeah, we're still waiting on China.
But yeah, this is going to be huge. Like, I think, when the tickets went on sale, they probably were. I think it's easy to say, like, okay, Wakanda Forever, 175 mil. Yeah. That's the prediction, and that's the ballpark.
Right.
I feel like it'll go over.
Yeah, I think so too, because the majority of the critics and the reviews have been overwhelmingly positive, including mine, and I think for a large part yours about the film. And so I think that's going to boost the box office. Way back in the old days, in 2018 at Collider, everybody thought I was crazy when I said on Movie Talk that Black Panther was going to cross 200 million. It was my prediction because I sensed from what I was seeing on the community in the social media communities that people were going to come to see this movie who have never seen an MCU film. And I thought that was going to encourage a lot of people all over the world to go and see this film, to see themselves represented on screen. I think people are going to want to come see this film in the first weekend to see how they move on from T'Challa, how they handle the passing of T'Challa in the world of the MCU and in the world of Black Panther. So I think that's what people are going to gravitate to and want to see. Now, will that mean that they'll go back and see it over and over again, a 2 hour and 40-minute film? I don't know. But I know initial box office, I think they're shooting low with the 175. Don't give me COVID. People were laying on top of each other and licking each other at Spider-Man No Way Home. So COVID's got nothing to do with it. People are going to come see this film if they want to come see this film. And the 185 to 200, I think we're looking at 200. I've seen some critics that haven't had the best responses to it. Yeah. So, because I was initially saying this film was definitely going to make $2 billion. But I think it's all going to depend on how the fans react to this movie in the first weekend and the word of mouth, if this film is going to cross $2 billion or not. So I'm holding out on that one, but I think 200 million is very much a possibility.
I'll tell you this. My friend was invited to the premiere, so I was able to tag along with her, and I saw it there, and I liked it, and I liked it then, and it did hit emotionally. But sometimes, for those of us who work in like entertainment journalism and are working as movie critics, when you watch a film, you have to, obviously enjoy yourself, but you're also, because our mind is working the whole time, you're thinking about your review. Right. And how you are putting your thoughts into words. It's like, it's almost second nature. I feel like at this point, you just think about it. And so for me, I was watching it, but I feel like I didn't let myself get carried away with the film because I was so like, gotta remember this point, gotta make a tiny note here or something like that. I didn't bring a notebook, but like just trying to mentally remember everything so you can talk about it afterwards while it's fresh in your mind. There was a special screening last night by Straw Hat Goofy at an IMAX, and so I was invited to that. Dustin and I went, and we both got to see it a second time. I'll say this, I enjoyed it so much more the second time because I was more relaxed. My review was already up. I was like, let me go. I cried so much. I cried in all the same points. Like I knew things were coming. So I was like, okay, get the tissue ready. But it hit me harder. Yeah. It hit me way harder. I was like, whoa, what is this? And there's little things that you notice, obviously, around the second. So and the best part about last night's screening was hearing the fans react to certain things that I knew was coming. And obviously at the premiere, like we're all experiencing it together at the same time. But this one, it just hearing them and their wows and their sniffles, and it was great. So I really do think what you were saying, that the community is showing up for this.
Yeah. We'll say, and it's not just one community, obviously, because you've got Latinos coming in who have been a strong part of the box office for many years in this country. And so having a very strong Latino actor portraying a character here that has the Mesoamerican roots, I think is going to be great to see. And you're seeing two different kingdoms portrayed very proudly and beautifully in the movie as well. And I think it's such a fantastic journey to take. I can't wait to go see it a second time. If I didn't have a screening tomorrow night, I would go tomorrow again. Yeah, like one of the 5 o'clock showings right after the hot mic. Just jump in the car and drive to the Angelica and go see it. But unfortunately, I do have a screening tomorrow night. But maybe if the screening is, if I'm still feeling like goofy after the screening, I might jump in to one of the theaters at the screening and go see a late version of it. So we'll see. We'll see.
But that's true. You're already out there, so you might as well just
might as well.
enjoy it. Yeah.
I mean, I'll pay for it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not 15 anymore, but I will. Those days are done sneaking into movie theaters. But like that's a possibility for sure. So we'll see. But I think this is all the game says, Rocha, you literally said on the hot mic that Latinos don't show up to movies as you like. Yeah, they didn't show up to the West Side Story. They didn't show up to In the Heights. Absolutely, they didn't. But this is Marvel. This is a whole nother ball game.
I think it's different.
Yeah, exactly. So when it's Marvel, it's a whole nother thing. And I think Latinos will show up to see this because it's Marvel and because it's Black Panther.
Exactly.
I think they love that story. So we shall see. All right. So anyway, so we'll see what happens with the box office and we'll monitor it as we go along. Where shall we head off to next year?
Well, we all were tired because one of us woke up really early to watch Andor. The other one stayed up late or early to watch Andor. So we're just going to talk really briefly about it. Rocha is going to be on, I think you said the Geek Buddies. You guys will obviously do your episode breakdown, the movie couple. We have our reaction up, but we will do spoiler discussion on Saturday's live stream. But let's talk really quick about just our feelings on what we've seen in this series so far, and where do we think the final 2 episodes will give us?
First of all, what we've seen in the series so far, listen, people might think we're crazy, those of us who really, really love this show.
Yeah.
But there is, in my mind, this belongs on the top 10 list of TV series all year of anything. And I'm talking House of the Dragon level competition. All right. So to me right now, Andor and House of the Dragon are about equal in my reaction and in my enjoyment of them. And I didn't have to deal with time jumps in Andor that kind of jarred me a little bit. So Andor might have a slight lead. I mean, it feels like election day. It might have a slight lead. 15,000 votes or something. But anyway, I just feel that way about Andor. Every episode has been fantastic. I haven't been bored or looked at my phone or been like, this is a filler episode. I haven't felt that way about any of these episodes. So for me, this recent episode last night was a great action episode. And, people have been complaining about how it's kind of slow, blah, blah, blah. Well, this is what you do. You build up to a moment like this. People forget, it's like great sex. You got to have foreplay before the explosion. You can't just get to the explosion. You got to take your time, and work the parts. So I think the show works the parts. It constructs everything so you get to the explosion, for God's sakes. And it's so worth it. I mean, this episode had so much in it. I'm not going to spoil it, but
my dog just left the room. She heard you. She's like, what is this kind of conversation?
But yeah, all this stuff that goes on here, the furthering of the Deidre Miro storyline, which has been incredible to watch, especially the stuff with her and Sarah last episode, and then the stuff with Mon Mothma and the deals she might be having to make here in order to keep doing what she's doing. Luthen in his ruthless approach, consumed by the bigger picture, whether he's right or wrong is up to you to debate with yourself. And of course, the Andor stuff, him and KEANU over the last 3 episodes, him and Andy Serkis, the great connection that is happening and relationship that is happening between them. So to me, this episode is great. So what do we think we're going to get? I think somehow that Nurkin's, what's his name? I forget what his name is. The kid who died in the Aldhani massacre, the Aldhani event, his manifesto.
Oh, yes.
Somehow Cassian is going to broadcast that across the galaxy. I think Deidre is going to figure out who the mole is. And I think...
You think so?
Oh, yeah. And I think the Mon Mothma Dabo stuff, considering what happened in this episode, is going to lead to some very tough situations with her family. And that's what I think we're sliding into in the last 2 episodes. And don't be surprised if we get a Palpatine appearance or somebody of that level of a cameo in these next 2 episodes. That's what I think. What do you think?
I certainly think I don't want them to leave us on a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
But they're gonna do it because this season is so I don't know how who at Lucasfilm was like, yeah, sure, go do it and do whatever you want with it because this is I love it. The politics of it. And it's yes, I understand there's a couple of episodes that are a little bit slower. It's a lot of talking. It's a lot of there's one episode specific, I think 3, 4, that's like standing talking, walking talking, sitting talking.
The Aaron Sorkin
like,
episode. Yeah.
Yeah, and like yes. And God, I love Sorkin. He's like the master at like standing and talking and walking and talking. Let's do it. Newsroom, let's go.
Let's go.
But it's not boring to me because you know where it's leading up to. See, for me, and I kind of felt this way too when I first was sitting down to watch Rogue One, right?
Yeah.
Why do I care about these characters when I basically know what's going to happen to them, considering what we know going forward with A New Hope?
Right.
What's there to care about? And there was something about that movie that made me care anyway.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there as they as Jin and Andor sat on the beach watching it all, go down.
Right.
And I was still like really sad. I was like, why do I care? Why do I care? And with this show, a lot of people say that, like, oh, I don't care about Andor. Like they didn't connect with him. But this is, yes, he's the title character. This show is so much more about Andor. It's the entire how the Empire and what they're doing is affecting every person.
Yeah.
And who is choosing to do something about it and the method that they take. And it's so different, even though they have the same goal. Their method and their approach is so different. You got someone like Mon Mothma who is like really, really careful and she's trying to stay above board. You got Luthen who was like, whatever it takes, we made a vow. And it's like, what kind of vow did you take, bro? So I love it. I love the conversations. I love the little Easter eggs and the breadcrumbs that they're leaving, especially if you know your Star Wars movies and you're hearing these things and other characters. Like with Mon Mothma's family, we've never met them before. On screen with the banker Tay about her childhood. Just all of this stuff like Bix and different droids and it's so stinking good. So I do think after this happens, shit's gonna hit the fan because now that Andor was kind of at a safe place because like he was essentially the Empire was not gonna find him.
Yeah, no, he was gonna hang out on that space Ibiza planet, and then they found him. Yeah.
Yeah. So now that he's out, and this is a huge thing, it's definitely going to make it back to the offices of the ISB. So now someone else potentially might look into that. It could be Deidre, but word's going to get out that there's a person that looks a lot like Andor who is running around now. So
right under their noses. They had him captured. They had him at the prison. That is going to mess with Deidre on so many levels.
She is such an interesting character.
Yeah.
She is so interesting. So yeah, I think shit's gonna hit the fan.
Yeah.
Like everything comes crashing down. Everything, whatever Mon Mothma had planned, crashes down. Whatever decision that she makes with this new investor, with Luthen, with Val, everybody, with people on Ferrix. Yeah, it's gonna go down. And I was telling Rocha that there's only 3 people that have plot armor that we know of so far, unless Palpatine shows up, which we but Mon Mothma, Andor, and Maushi are the only 3 that have plot armor. Everybody else is fair game, really. Yeah.
I love the show. Wendy's got a list with X's through the people,
like Arya Stark.
Yeah, and we already had some deaths of people that we've met over the last 3 episodes. This past episode, so again, no spoilers. So when those deaths happen, and those are speaking parts, you'd have to kind of cut them off. But I will say this: I loved the scene. You talk about Sorkin. I love the scene here between Mon Mothma and Davo. That was a great scene, a very well written scene. The seeds that were planted at the beginning of the conversations yielded fruit by the end of that scene, and you were like, "Oh my god!" And that actor, I think his name is Richard Delane or Patrick Delane. Incredible job by him.
Maybe feel icky.
Huh?
Yeah, he's icky. I was watching. I was like, I don't like it.
He's very skeevy.
Yeah,
but he's not skeevy in the way that you've seen before. You know, like you have those guys who come in and they're kind of thugs, but they're trying to operate in the higher world,
like a little mobster feel.
Yeah. You get the like weird feel. But this is more like this guy is so confident that he is not rattled in any situation that he's in.
He's talking to a senator.
Exactly. He's intelligent and he's ruthless, which is a dangerous combo For sure. So, and what he asks of Mon Mothma, you're like, oh my God. Wow.
He said it like he was asking her to borrow a cup of sugar.
Yeah. Yeah. Like it was not a big deal.
I was like, ugh! When he said it, I was like, wait, where's this going? I was like, okay, he's trying to solidify his son's, like, you know, like get involved with the family. So your name could, I did not think he was going to like, left field that. I was like, oh no.
Yeah. I can Venmo you for the sugar. I can Venmo you. No. What I want is.
This is what I want. And you're lying because you think you have another way. I am your way out.
Yeah.
He knows it. Oh God, so sleazy. I cannot.
Genevieve, we also know that Mon Mothma is not going to be. She's not going to be outflanked. So I wonder what is going to happen between them, because I have a feeling she's going to turn this around in some way. But go ahead, Wendy.
I was just going to say that Genevieve O'Reilly, I think is her name, the actress's name.
Yes.
It's phenomenal.
So good.
The way she does, she's done it twice now. Where she sucks in her breath and it shudders, because she's like, oh, that's hard. That's like a hard thing to do.
That is hard.
As actors, we know. So that's, oh God.
Without looking cheesy, that is a real hard thing to do.
Yeah, because both times she's done it different. The first time was like, as here we are, like actors, like studying. I was like, ooh, the craft. Got to practice your craft. The first time she did it, she was kind of like afraid and like, Luthen, how could you do this?
Yeah.
And the second time it hit closer to home because it's her kid.
Right, it's her daughter. Yeah.
And this like, get out of, like, it was like Mama Bear coming out. She's
yeah.
Like, get out of my home.
A little bit.
I'm gonna Lysol where you were, you disgusting POS.
And what's worse is he's right. I am actually thinking about it. I am actually considering it. And that's going to be, mad. I mean, if that is going to be something, if she goes through with it, because, you know, we've been saying how her family seems to have a time clock on it. As you said, they don't have plot armor on either of them. So what does that mean? So, you know, considering what we got out of this episode, no spoilers, what we got out of this episode could lead to something pretty crazy down the road for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else we should say about this episode before we move on?
Make sure you guys watch our review and our reaction on our respective channels.
Yeah, absolutely. Wendy on the Movie Copy channel, they have their reaction. I put up my spoiler review this morning because I watched it and then jumped right on and turned the camera on. And then we will have our spoiler review for the Geek Buddies either coming up tomorrow or Friday for you all to enjoy and consume as well. Unfortunately, Laura Kelly's not joining us again this week because she's watching Black Panther when we were going to record it, but she will be back for the finale. We will make it happen for her to be back for both episodes of the finale for sure. Nice. All right, so where are we off to next year? I don't see any Streamlabs or super chats so far. Send them in if you got them, ladies and gentlemen. Send in some support, and we'll head on off to our next thing. What do we got, Win?
I think we're going to stay in the universe of Star Wars for a second to talk about some casting news for the next Disney Plus series that's about to go into production. They have a full cast now. This is for the Star Wars series, The Acolyte, which I was very, very excited about. So the cast includes Amanda Steinberg, Yi Jung-jae, Manny Jacinto, Daphne Keane, Jodie Turner-Smith, Rebecca Henderson, Charlie Burnett, and Dean Charles Chapman, and Carrie-Anne Moss.
Whew.
Wow. What a cast.
Yeah. And this is interesting because you look at the description of the series, it says a mystery thriller that will take viewers into a galaxy of shadowy secrets and emerging dark side powers in the final days of the High Republic era. A former Padawan reunites with her Jedi master to investigate a series of crimes, but the forces they confront are more sinister than they ever anticipated. That doesn't strike me as a pew, pew, pew Star Wars. That feels more like an Andor type Star Wars.
Yes.
And that's exciting. And this cast here can absolutely bring that kind of show to life with multiple levels and twists and turns, and it's a mystery. So there's a lot here that's different than we've seen in Star Wars before. And this is a fantastic cast, of course, with Daphne Keane, which we broke on the hot mic last week through Jeff Snyder.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, we did.
Right. That's right. I actually talked about that on Pop Council. We're talking about the thing, and then we're like, hey, friend of the show, Jeff Snyder.
Yeah, Jeff Snyder, who took a lot of heat for it afterwards online, but he broke the story. Oh, well, there was just stuff going on between other people who are writers and not giving credit and claiming that it was a press release that he got a hold of, which was not true at all. But there's all kinds of jealousy amongst the nerds. What can you do? And then the rest of the cast though is really great. A who's who of young up and coming, strong actors who've delivered fantastic performances in previous projects. And then you have Carrie-Anne Moss. Is Carrie-Anne Moss the older Jedi shepherding the younger Jedi? I don't know.
I love that though. Her and Daphne together.
Yeah. Carrie-Anne Moss is a Jedi. I mean, put her in some leather pants like Matrix, and I'm down. Let's go. She can kick ass. You know.
Yeah. It could. I guess the Padawan could also be Amandla. Because
Amandla Stenberg, right.
Because both of them are
she's the Padawan, I think.
She is the Padawan. Then Daphne is.
But I think the Jedi would be Carrie-Anne Moss, who Amandla comes back to kind of go on this mystery with, and then Daphne Keane might be the main villain. She could be the person. Oh yeah,
I love that. Yeah. Oh, I love that. This is just super exciting. I love the cast. Acolyte, when it was first announced, just based on the title alone, I was like, oh, I'm interested. But then they didn't really have much to tell us about it. Yeah. Obviously, because it was a work in progress. So I'm really happy to know a little bit more about this show now, and I really do kind of hope that they take on the vibe of Andor.
Yeah, me too.
It does not look like there's a production photo on Variety.
Oh, okay.
It does not look like they're filming with the volume, but again, we don't know because the volume looks pretty dang realistic, as well. So who knows? But I'm super excited for the representation in the cast, man. Yi Jung-jae and Man Jacinto. Oh,
yeah, it's a good combination.
I'm so happy to see the two of them in this. So,
and it'll have a little bit of humor in it because Leslie Headland's Russian doll, as serious as some of those scenes are, there's still a little bit of that darker humor that laced throughout that series, those 2 seasons of that series. So I would not be surprised if that becomes a calling card for the Acolyte as well. With all the people that you got involved in this. So yeah, it could be a lot of fun. And again, Star Wars trying new things. I mean, people are like, oh, let's get a movie. We're enjoying these TV series. We'll get a movie when it's time to get a movie. And of course, there was news about that as well. But this is the thing that I'm enjoying for sure.
Yeah. I want them to take the time on the movie. I don't want them to hurry up and throw something together to appease the fans.
Yeah, I agree.
We're being fed Star Wars via TV, which is fine. It's great. Honestly, we got Mando coming up. We got Ahsoka. We got Acolyte. We got a lot of good stuff. Exactly. So let them take care of the movie. Give us the best story possible, and I'll be patient. I don't care. Okay, let's go ahead and move on.
All right, let's do it. What do we got next?
Let's talk a little Marvel, since we're talking casting and production and things like that. There's no casting news. We're talking Blade. Who it's I wish it was confirmed good news, but this is a maybe, because we know that the original director have exited the film.
Yes.
And it looks like they may have found a new director. It looks like they're in talk, but have not been confirmed. Obviously, I don't think there's any comments from Disney or Marvel, but they are eyeing saying this right? Elegance Bratton.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, this is something we kind of talked about a couple of weeks ago, and Jeff has seen his independent film, and he thought this was an interesting choice. Has not a lot of experience doing feature films, but that doesn't mean he can't be a great choice for this film. So, plus he's a person of color, so I think that helps. I think you want to have that. Because we had Guillermo del Toro before in the second Blade. We had David S. Goyer, the third Blade, and Stephen Norrington in the first one. But here comes I think it's a black director coming in to step in and do this with a black actor. It's going to be very interesting to see what a new approach. And from what some of the rumors was Mahershala Ali was getting a little frustrated at how slow Bassam Tariq was going with putting this whole thing together with the script and the direction and all of that. So maybe with Bratton, there's going to be a faster movement, and maybe even Mahershala Ali and him had a conversation beforehand before he took the job to be like, hey, this is the deal. If you want me to stay on, this is what I'm looking at. This is what I want. Maybe that happened.
Yeah, maybe. So we will see. I really want to see a Blade movie happen.
Yeah.
So I guess any news is potentially good news because I don't think they'll scrap it. I don't, because they've already announced it, you know, and we have the actor in place. But I also worry that like Marshall Ali's just like, I mean, he's not sitting and waiting, he's working.
No, of course.
So I worry for that like schedule conflict and be like, oh, sorry, I can't be Blade anymore. And I'm like, no, we want you. So that's why I'm kind of like, oh, is there news? Is this a good thing? So we'll see.
Yeah. Get the director, they'll put everything back together and start moving forward with it. So we'll see what will happen with that. But I like the choice as a young director, and we don't know too much about him, so could bring something really new, interesting to the MCU as well. So we'll see.
Absolutely.
All right, what else have we got here, Wendy?
Let's talk a little Keanu Reeves. Let's talk a little John Wick. Not specifically John Wick, but the John Wick spin-off film that's going to star Ana de Armas, the Ballerina. So it'll be all set within that world, which is very, very exciting. And it looks like Keanu Reeves will be reprising his role as John Wick in the spin-off. So
it makes sense in the world, right?
It makes sense. Yeah, it makes sense. I don't think he's gonna like co-star because it's essentially the Ballerina movie, but like she's gonna have to encounter him, and maybe they start off on the wrong foot, and then they have to learn to work together for the benefit of the both of them before they're like, okay, we're going to walk away at the end of this. You get yours, I get mine. We're out. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's like the spy thing in John Wick.
I like that
everybody's
idea.
Double crossing everybody at the same time, always.
Yeah. Plus, they're two they're two very good looking people. So having them on screen, and they've kicked ass separately. You know, she was so great in her, like the 20 minutes. You got her in No Time to Die.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Right. And clearly he's been great in the John Wick series. I'm bringing up a picture of them just so we get an idea of seeing what they look like together. But I think this is a smart move. But look at that. Jesus Christ. I mean,
she is so incredibly beautiful. It hurts.
Yeah. Sorry, Ben. Sorry. But
oh, I just got it. I was like, why? Oh, I just got it.
Sorry, guy. But I mean, this combo of them works so well. But he's happy. He's got J-Lo. He's married to J-Lo. That's fine. This combo of people, I think, is a great mix here. And bringing him in makes all the sense because it legitimizes the spinoff. Yeah. It makes it a connective tissue thing. This isn't like Tom Holland Spider-Man not appearing in Venom movies, not appearing in Morbius, but being referenced and talked about. Having Keanu Reeves coming here as John Wick gives the film a little more of a legitimacy, and we get to see what the interactions are in the world as it's fleshed out. I also think it's really smart for Keanu Reeves, who seems like a very giving actor, giving person. He's like, yeah, come on, I'll do a few scenes. Why not? It helps the show, helps the film.
I'll donate my paycheck to people.
Right. I'll ride the subway. It helps a fellow actor, you know, kind of maybe launch a new franchise. And I imagine, and I hope to God, they give him an executive producer credit so that he is, because like people go see the films for Keanu Reeves, not for who's directing them. They go for Keanu Reeves. So if he's going to step in here, I hope to give him an executive producer credit so he can make some money off of this whole thing as a franchise. Not that he needs the money, but you know, it's a smart business move.
Super smart business move. Are you okay?
Yeah. Long COVID, it happens. Go ahead.
Yeah. Oh God, tell me about it.
So get the coughs every once.
I think this just for the longest time, you know, because who knew we were going to get John Wick 2, 3, 4, right?
Right.
And
totally.
I think the whole inner working of that world is so fascinating. Like the Continental, and we're also getting, you know, a spin-off of that as well. So I like that they're building this out to be its own universe. And I think Keanu Reeves loves being John Wick. I think he loves it. He trains very, very hard. So like, it's about time that they expand, you know?
Yeah.
And then maybe we can have, if it does well, if it's written well, we can have Ballerina 2, Ballerina 3, and who knows what other division we can come up
ballerinas. With. Yeah. Like people want a Dora Milaje movie. You could have the ballerinas, right? And Mr. Yasman asks a great question. He says, will we see Angelica Houston in the film since they hinted she has the connection with ballerina assassins in the third film? That's a great question, Yasman, and I would love to see it. Either in flashback, so we see like how Ana de Armas came to be a ballerina, or she's still kind of, and it wouldn't surprise me if she's her actual mother. That could be interesting as well, right? To throw that in the mix, because then it makes it even more important for her to stay alive, for John Wick to have this connection with her. You know, maybe he comes in to help her out in a situation at the request of her mother, you know, Angelica Houston, which pisses off Anna Darmus's character. So there's all kinds of ways you can explore this. But yeah, I hope Angelica comes in because she was damn good in John Wick.
Love her in it. Yeah. And hey, before we move on to what's trending, we do have a super chat from Fantastic, who writes, "Hey, John and Wendy, love the show. Daphne King in Acolyte. It's awesome, except that it means we won't get her in anything with Rey in the future. Still great, though. Thanks for doing this."
What does that mean? Like, was she gonna be part of the Rey stuff?
Well, I think it's just maybe... Yeah, Frederick, if you're still in the chat, elaborate in like a follow-up comment or something like that. But I feel like maybe they mean they would have liked to see Daphne in like the latest timeline in Star Wars as opposed to Acolyte, which pushes all the way back.
The High Republic.
Yeah, it's years ago.
Yeah.
So maybe that's what they mean. But and that, you know, that means that she potentially wouldn't be in... Well, here's the thing. We don't really know what they want to do with the latest timeline, right? With Rey and Poe and all of them. Is it done and over with, or are they going to continue? I personally am kind of done with that. I think it was a great run, but it was all like 9 movies. Yeah. All Skywalker saga. And it like kind of loops back to all of it. So I like to see something else. But it's if they were to continue on like from Rey years later, it's true, Daphne King wouldn't be able to be involved in that, but she's still going to be, you know, a part of the Star Wars universe. Hey, look, so that's still exciting.
Gemma Chan has played 40 roles in the MCU, so I think it's possible to bring Daphne back to play a different character that might be an ancestor of the character that she plays in, or descendant rather of the character that she plays in the Acolyte. So that's all possible. Yeah, I hear you. But I think let's see how it goes. And if it's a good series, then anything is possible. And Daphne King's a young actress, so there's a lot of places you can go with her and place her in Star Wars. Down the road, and we'll see about what happens with the sequel trilogy. A lot of people hinting kind of behind the scenes that Damon Lindelof's movie is a way of bringing back Daisy Ridley and John Boyega and Poe Dameron and Oscar Isaac. So there's rumors.
Can we give Finn more to do?
Yeah, exactly. And I think Finn, you know, watching John Boyega with that film that he was promoting recently, Breaking, I think it was called, him talking about it, and I posted this up on Twitter because I really appreciated what he had to say. He's like, yeah, man, I just changed and understood what was happening here, and I realized like Finn needed more to do. Finn had, and I wasn't going to come back unless they gave me more to do. But he was very gracious, and he said, I'm not shutting the door. It's just that it has to be the right script to kind of let me flesh out the character more. I've grown as an actor, so I want to do more things with it. And I think that's a fantastic amount of respect. And so I would love to see a Finn series on Disney Plus where we're seeing the further adventures of Finn, and maybe we get cameos or an episode.
He's force sensitive.
Yeah, he's force sensitive. So let's go on the journey. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's find ourselves a great Black filmmaker and writer, male or female, I don't care. Bring them in. Let's have them hatch out a story, because, man, Andor, it does not shy away from any of the politics. They don't take the easy way out, and I love that. And so that you could open the door with John Boyega's Finn and doing that as well, exploring the Black experience in the galaxy, you know, and having Daisy Ridley pop in for an episode, or having Oscar Isaac pop in for an episode. All of that is possible, or even Billy Lord popping in. So
that'd be interesting. Yeah,
just
why not?
It out there.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for the Streamlab there. Fantastic. Or super chat, rather. Appreciate it very madly. If you guys want to send in Streamlab super chats as we go along, would appreciate it. We have 71 of you watching right now. Thank you very much. Hit a like on this video, share it on your social media if you're watching later. And later, if you are watching later, leave a comment down below about some of the stuff we're talking about here on the show. All right, Wendy, is it time to move on to our next section?
It is time.
Let's do it. Put your dancing shoes on, everybody. Little midday dance.
So fun. Woke me up.
I love it. I love it. All right, Wendy one. Let's dive into Wendy Lee's experience going to Atlanta to see Blackpink. Wendy, the floor is all yours.
Oh my gosh. It was whew. All right. I never thought that I would travel across the country for music. Yes. I really never thought it, but K-pop has that power over me. And you guys know you've been a part of the John and Wendy show viewers for a really long time. So, you know, we do K-pop corner for a reason. I send Rocha videos to watch every week, except for this week.
I watched
to the point where he recognized Blackpink on the radio.
Yeah.
I was so proud. Yeah, Pink Venom.
It was good.
So the reason why we went to my best friend, Warren from Cosmic Wonder, the reason why we went to Atlanta for Blackpink, because like they're also playing in LA, but we wanted the ultimate Born Pink experience, which is essentially the top tier for VIP.
Yeah.
And that's what you wanted because, and this is not confirmed by YG or the girls at all. This is kind of just as a fan and following their career, the trajectory, and how much comeback that they get.
Yeah.
We worry that this could be their last tour, either forever or for a really long time. And I tried to see them in 2019. It was impossible then. So when we were able to finally snag the VIP 1 tickets, he's like, you want to travel to Atlanta for it? And I said, you know what? If we don't get them now, because you can't, here's the thing with Ticketmaster. If you don't buy the ticket as they're being released by Ticketmaster, and then the scalpers take them, then you don't get some of those perks.
Wow.
And it's crappy because it's like anybody who knows like the verified resale or whatever, it's BS.
Yeah.
So he was like, I can grab it. I'm like, just do it. And we'll figure out travel from there. So we went all the way to Atlanta to see Blackpink because we were able to. And here's why it was so hard to get. I finally figured out while we were at the concert because I was like, okay, VIP. So it's standing room only.
Okay.
And but you're guaranteed first entry into the venue, first entry for sound check.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, we can get barricade, right? We're going to just run for it. But the reason why VIP 1 was so hard to get because they only release 100 of them. And then everything else is tier 2 and tier 3.
Oh, wow.
So that's why. And here's the package, just to give everybody a little.
Yeah, break it down.
So VIP 1, it's called the Ultimate Born Pink Experience. The tour is called Born Pink, and so is the album. So you get, obviously, sound check.
Yeah.
You get the show. You get first entry into the sound check, but you also get your own line for merch, so you don't have to wait in that super long line with the public and like hope and pray that the size that you want in this outfit that you in this t-shirt or whatever you want is going to be available.
Yeah.
So they had full stock for us, and then whatever we didn't use up, then it kind of got filtered into everybody else. So we got our own exclusive shopping experience. We got a pre-concert party, and it was nice because we didn't have to sit on like the concrete floor waiting to be let into the concert.
That's awesome.
They had food for us, complimentary rosé. They had a DJ. They had a working multiple bathrooms. Wow. So, and we just sat there, and then they walked us into soundcheck where we got barricade, and then that's where it kind of. After that, you were kind of with everybody else, and you just have to kind of hold your ground.
Yeah.
You got barricade, you hold on to that barricade, and you're like, this is where I stay because soundcheck was at 5 and the concert's at 7.
Yeah.
Or 8. So we just hung out with people.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is and at the very end they kind of ask all the VIP ones to stay, and they check your wristband and everything like multiple times, and then they march you to the separate area, and you get a very quick face-to-face meet with Blackpink.
Oh wow.
You get to, it's called a send-off, and they essentially come in and you can get a selfie with them. Really, it moves pretty quickly.
So you gotta take it quick. You gotta take the shots quick.
Take the photos quick.
You have to call them over, or do they go one by one?
No, they walk. They just walk because the way they set it up, they streamlined everything so well because they had messed up in Dallas. Day one, as they do on tours. Like when you show up day one of everything, like there's going to be errors and they're going to have to learn. So it was really organized well. Like they separated everything. Like they honored the number system. So the people who showed up early to, get in line early. Yeah. They honored that, like they showed up early, they need to be first. They put little numbers on our wristbands, and they went by that number, except for the send off, because everybody was able to get enough space
to
be on the barricade for the girls, and you know, they walked through. So it was such an experience. I was telling Dustin, I was like, I can count their eyelashes from where I was standing. It was amazing. It was really, I'm trying to send you photos. So
okay, all right.
That was just such an experience that I cannot believe that I got to go and do and see. Oh, this is a terrible photo. Hold on. Let me not send that one because the girls are blurry.
Okay. Let me post this one real quick.
I'm just sending you the send-off one.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah, send them to me because I'll take a look at them when you send them.
I just sent the one.
Okay.
Let me see if I can send another one. Maybe this one.
This is
a
cool.
Selfie. Here. Okay, I'll send you a short video. 20 seconds. Okay, there you go. So yeah, it was an amazing experience. I think I cried after. I was in shock the whole time.
Okay.
At what I was seeing. The show is fantastic. They have a live band. They have a bunch of dancers. It was a big scale show. Production was crazy.
Okay.
And it was awesome. Oh, and we got our own. They actually gave us free swag as well. So we got a signed poster.
You have free swag?
We got free swag. Got a signed poster. We got a hat that said Blackpink. So like, I felt bad for the people who were like buying the hats, who were VIP one. I'm like, don't buy the hat. It's in your bag. We got a little luggage tag. Wow. What else did we get? Yeah, a bunch of stuff. And I grabbed some confetti from the show as well.
Wow. How were the girls? Were they very cool? Did you sense that they were exhausted? Like, what was the feeling you got when you watched them?
I mean, for the show, they were very professional.
Good.
And you know, you capture little moments with them. Yeah. And it's just fun. But you know, they're professionals and they're working. And there's a lot of people. Rose cried at one point during one of the encore songs because she was just, I think she just looked up and she saw the sea of, you know, the pink light stick light up and just everybody yelling and screaming and being there and happy. And she just got emotional and she cried. So I was like, oh yeah, no, it was really great. And at the end, you could tell they were tired because they finished the show. And I think they got dried off and probably reapplied some makeup. And then they came straight into the send off.
Wow.
So they were, I mean, they just put on a 2.5-hour show and it's like full on dancing, singing, just go, 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 go. And they're probably jet lagged too.
Oh yeah, I would imagine so.
Yeah. So it was amazing. But Warren and I both said this, we had a fantastic time. It was so worth it for Blackpink.
Right.
Because we love them. I don't think I can do Barricade like that again. I'm too old for it. My body hurts still. I sat down to work when I came back and my hips said no.
Yeah, you kind of realize what you can and can't do, right? I mean, you hit that wall, you're like, okay, this is as far as I can go. This is as far as I can go. So
Warren was like, do you want to sit down after after sound check? Like, do you want to sit down? I was like, if I sit down, I'm not going to get back up.
If you sit down, what? You're going to what?
I wouldn't be able to stand back up. I was like, I'm just going to stay standing and I'm going to tell the legs, this is what you're doing for the next 5 hours. 5 to 6 hours. That's what you're doing.
This is all we got. This is all we got.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, let me put up the first photo you sent me, and then I'll put up the second photo you sent me because you sent me this one. This is the
Ke Huy
Quan there with James Hong there, and James wore the everywhere all at once hands with the big fingers, which I thought was great.
So funny.
Here's you with the Blackpink. Here you go. Here's you with the Blackpink.
Oh my God!
Smile on Wendy's face. My God, everybody, look!
Look how beautiful they are. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
God,
those are pretty.
Okay, so from left to right, it's Jennie, Jisoo, Rose, Lisa.
Okay. Did you have any back and forth with any of them?
It was really quick.
Okay.
But you know what's crazy is here's the thing about being on Barricade, and this is why I don't think I'll do it again, is because you want that interaction, but you're also trying to film at the same time.
Oof.
And so I decided to actually there's a lot of interactions that I didn't film.
Yeah.
Because I found that they were more perceptive of you, especially Jennie. Jennie and I actually had a lot of interaction, but none of it was captured because I decided I wasn't going to film it. I just wanted to look at her and not look at my phone. And then so she would you do little hearts and she would complete it. You do little whatever. And she pointed at me because I was like singing and dancing, to the songs. And she was like, and I was right there. So she was like, yeah, it was great, but it wasn't captured and I'm okay because it's up here.
Right.
Yeah.
You got it forever up there. Right. That makes so much sense. I can't seem to get the video. Let me see what I can do, but we can definitely maybe under. Oh yeah, I can't with these things sometimes. But anyway, whatever.
It's okay.
It's life.
It's life.
But it was good. It looks like you had a fantastic time.
Like, I sent you some photos. I think.
Yeah,
we were texting. Like you saw, I was like on the barricade for the extended stage.
Was it worth it?
Yes.
Okay.
100%.
Okay.
100%.
That's the number one thing. Was it worth it?
It was totally worth it. And on top of that, it's very exhausting being a K-pop fan, especially if you stand multiple groups, because I love Stray Kids.
Yeah.
So we just came back from Atlanta. I can't keep up, man. Warren and Laura and our friend Jen, because we're all K-pop besties, literally texted me 2 days ago. Stray Kids are coming back to LA.
Oh my God.
And I'm just like, and their tickets go on sale for next year, March of next year. They announced it, but tickets go on sale this Friday. And I'm like, I just spent all this money flying to Atlanta.
That's the game.
Good God.
No,
yeah. Thanks. So we're going to try to go. They're all going to try to buy tickets.
Oh, are they going to help you get tickets?
I mean, I'm going to be at Disneyland on Friday. So I was like, I'll try to open Ticketmaster, but they're going to try, and they know the budget. They know where I can't do floor seats. I'm not. So in California for the concerts, floor seats, we don't do California doesn't do general admission. They do seats only.
Oh, okay.
So that's great. But nonetheless, on the floor, when everybody else stands up, I can't see.
Right.
I'm 5'1". I can't see. So I need to be in like the 100s, 200s, whatever I can get. So the goal is to get the 100s. Right. And I've seen them before. So like, I don't have to be like super close. I don't think I want to do barricade. I can't do it. I'm not doing it.
Yeah. I mean, listen, this is the same way I feel about going to Comic-Con or going to premieres. Sometimes I'm just like, I love you all. I can't do it. There's no way I can do it. I just got, it's too exhausting. I don't have the energy, and I'm going to get smoked in the end.
You'll feel it the next day.
Here we go.
There it is.
Yeah, let me take the thing down, and we can watch it together here.
Just a quick selfie with Jisoo.
It's good stuff. Now, can I only play 6 seconds since it's a song? What do I do?
Yeah, I think you're probably good.
But that's how close you were.
I don't want YG to come and get you, because they will.
Yeah, I don't want any of that issue. Yes, I don't want any of that smoke.
That's good enough. That's good enough.
That's cool. That's how close you were. That's pretty awesome. So that's so awesome. Zach says it's for Bank of California for Stadium. Stadium is pretty good, where even the far seats you can see. So
yes.
There you go. That's
Bank of California is a really, really great stadium. That's where I saw twice. And it's a soccer stadium converted, so it's like open air.
Yeah,
that's where we're going back to see Blackpink in LA.
Oh, nice.
Okay. Yeah, we got a suite, very expensive.
That's suites usually are. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm glad you had a wonderful experience, and I know the plane ride was plane ride from hell. So
let's talk about that. Let's educate.
Right,
yeah, let's do it. Let's look, guys. How the holiday season's coming up. Let the John and
drink,
Wendy
everybody.
show.
This is a great story. Go ahead. Yeah.
Let's grab your coffee, your morning tea, or whatever you want. Let's sit down and talk about what airlines you don't want to fly during the holiday season, even though it may seem affordable. And that airline is Spirit Airlines. Spirit. Don't be, and they're not in the spirit of flying ever. So don't do it. The reason I chose Spirit was because I actually waited kind of long to book the flights. And the reason why was I was trying to figure out when the all media for Black Panther was going to be.
Oh, yeah.
Because I knew that it was going to be a highly in demand screening.
Yes, true.
And I was like, well, I know either way I'm not missing Blackpink.
Right.
I'm not missing it. But like if I could schedule it accordingly.
You want Black Panther and Blackpink in the same
week. Exactly. BP and BP. I want both. So I was looking at Spirit. I was like, you know what? I booked for, and I was especially weary about delays going there. So I was like, I'll fly in the night before so I can still line up early for the concert, and I'll do a nonstop flight. So even if it's delayed, it won't be so bad.
Right.
We were delayed 3 hours, which I was like, I had mentally prepared myself for, because I've heard about this, about Spirit. Nobody prepared me though about the maintenance,
Oh yeah.
Of their aircraft and how awful those seats are. I don't know how dare they call them seats.
Yeah.
Those are not seats. Those are punishments.
Yeah, they're like if you go to a bar and it's those wood seats screwed into the steel legs, and you're just like this is very uncomfortable after 20 minutes. And so I can't imagine being stuck on a flight with such uncomfortable seats.
They don't recline.
They don't
I didn't know that. I buckled in my seatbelt. They turned off the seatbelt sign. I was like, great. Ma'am, where's the button to recline? Those seats don't recline. Okay. So I got the window, so I used the wall.
Did you have a TV at least or no?
Nope. I had something that was this small.
Oh, what is that?
This size of an envelope called the tray table. That's what I had. This small. And did you also know? So okay, look, the reason I booked it because it was about $200 cheaper.
Yeah.
Than Delta, than even American, right? Which I don't like to fly American either.
Right.
So I was like, whew. All right, I'll just book it. It'll be fine. Nothing is free on this aircraft. Your checked bag is not free, which normally it comes with. I think except for JetBlue, maybe you have to pay. I'm not sure. But you usually get complimentary one personal item and one carry-on.
Yeah, one carry-on.
Right? And then if it's overstuffed, like whatever, then they will check your bag for free. That's what most airlines do.
Yeah.
Not Spirit. They'll charge you $100, not even $35, $100 unless you do it in advance. And they scare you with all these emails. Right. This is an overbooked flight, or this is a very full flight. Ensure that you have, overhead luggage space by buying your paying the fee for the carry-on luggage.
Right.
Also, here's the kicker. Like, I don't, the carry-on thing, I was kind of like, whatever. I literally stuffed 2.5 days of like stuff that I needed into a backpack. Mm-hmm. I was really, really efficient in my packing. It was the lightest I've ever traveled. Like one pair of shoes. Who is that? Me? No. One pair of shoes. That's all I brought. And normally on the flight, when you do like the cart services.
Yeah.
And ask you what you want to drink. Water, cranberry juice, whatever. Alcohol you have to buy. Everything else, pretzels, nuts. Essentially complimentary. Not on Spirit Airlines, my friends. You know what is free? And this is a joke from the flight attendant, so I don't feel bad retelling it. Yeah. Ice cubes, because if you can't afford the water, they will give you ice cubes for free. Which, why would you want ice cubes from the plane?
Yeah, it's true. I can't imagine that's good water.
No. You might as well don't drink water.
Just drink out of the toilet.
And the oxygen, that's free.
Oxygen's free. Yes, absolutely.
That's what she said. Everything else you pay for. So on the flight back. Oof. The two people next to me ordered like a version of a cup of noodle soup, gummy bears. I remember their order. They didn't have Oreo, so she got gummy bears, M&Ms, cranberry juice, and a water. Like 4 or 5 things. It cost them $25.
Wow.
And it's smaller because it's airplane.
Yeah.
So on top of delays and maintenance issues, which out of the 3 flights that I had, 2 of them had maintenance issues.
Right.
2 of them had delays. Just don't do it, guys. Spend the extra $200 and fly another airline. Do not do it. Let my experience be a lesson for all of you.
There you go.
Yeah.
Don't do it. I didn't know she had fly, or I would have warned her about Spirit. I didn't know if she had had booked it. And then when I saw that she had booked it, I texted her. I was like, what are you doing? Try not to fall out of the plane. And she was like, don't make that joke. Why would you make that joke?
I was like, that's bad juju. I'm about to fly.
And I was like, wait, no, Spirit, you don't understand. I don't mean crash. I mean, literally, you could fall out of the plane because it's so cheap. It's like having your grandfather take you someplace in an old jalopy. That's what Spirit is. And I would never. And the fights that you see on Spirit Airlines and the fights that you see at the gates for Spirit Airlines.
Oh, I didn't see any of that.
Oh, yeah. Please do a deep dive. They are the Walmart.
I'm gonna go on TikTok.
They are the Walmart of flying. Yeah, there's plenty of them on TikTok.
They so are. Oh my god, that could be their new slogan.
Yeah, they're absolutely the Walmart of flying. Like you know what you're getting when you walk into a Walmart, and you know what you're getting when you walk into or when you book a flight with Spirit. And if you don't know, you're in for a rude awakening.
I will say this: people were getting testy leaving out of LAX to Atlanta. Sure. People just wanted to get home. But here's what they did: they delayed it once and made no announcement.
Yeah.
And then they delayed it again just by changing the monitor, made no announcement. But as soon as that monitor changed, all the staff that was at the gate, at the desk, just quietly disappeared.
They're like a bad hookup. Like you hooked up with that. You were like, oh, man, I shouldn't have gone home with that person.
Yeah.
But then that person convinced you to hang out with them again, and then they're late. And they don't tell you why they're late. And then they show up eventually. And
so people were getting testy. Oh, here's what they did for us.
Yeah.
Because people were so angry that it was delayed 3 times, 3 hours. We were supposed to leave at noon. We left at 3.
Oof.
So people were upset. Most people didn't have connecting flights, which was okay. So they were just getting in late, but most people just want to go home, right? Like I just wanted to get to my hotel. Like I was traveling by myself in a city that I haven't been to in a long freaking time. Like I just want to be safe. So to appease everybody, they gave us some meal vouchers. Now the last time I flew, I think it was Delta, and they had like an hour and a half delay, which is not that bad.
Yeah, it's not bad.
I was like, oh, I can nap or I can play on my phone for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
I think it was Delta, and they gave us like a $20 meal voucher.
Oh, that's nice.
I was like, whoa, okay. So I like ran around and used it, got like just little snacks that I could bring on the plane with us. You want to guess how much they gave as meal voucher? Go ahead. No, there was money on it.
There was money on it.
Mm-hmm.
$3.50. Higher. Wow. $10?
$7 whopping dollars, baby.
That's enough for a pretzel. I think it's not pretzel.
I got a bag of chips.
Not a drink, just the pretzel.
I got a bag of chips and a sandwich, and I paid $2 extra. Oh, actually, no, I didn't. No, I didn't, because Dustin was supposed to come with me, but because he had the surgery, he couldn't. But it would have, we couldn't cancel because they don't let you cancel.
Oh, of course not.
So I had a whopping $14 to afford a really nasty sandwich that I took 2 bites of, and I tossed the rest. It was awful, and that's not Spirit's fault. That's just airplane. That's airport food.
Yeah.
So there was that, and I've never done this before. I don't like to at businesses on social media. Like I didn't, and this is before Twitter became a shit show. But I was like, do I, with my verified status, then do I at Spirit Airlines there?
Yeah.
Because I was like, what is going on with these delays? And I was like, I chose to do it on Instagram because I was like, I'm sure they're not going to see it. Within minutes, I got a DM from Spirit Airlines.
What? What did they say?
Hey, let me pull up the receipt.
Oh, please.
I'll pull it up. Let me find it. It's really far down now.
I like Zach Mendoza's comment here. There's that comedian saying Spirit just tapes clouds on the windows and drives you to your destination.
Pretty much. Okay.
Jay Master said that JetBlue bought Spirit Airlines for $4 billion.
They're not worth $4 billion.
Spirit is worth $4 billion. You got to take a look. I got to figure how the hell that could happen. And they said they're going to change everything.
Why don't you research and I'll read this?
Yeah, please go ahead.
The DM. All right. Hi, Wendy. We're sorry to hear that. Please DM us more info so we can take a look. I said, hi. In regards to flight 6:30 from LAX to Atlanta, it's been delayed. No staff has been at the desk since the first delay announcement. They all left. There's a lot of passengers with a lot of questions. Why are we delayed? When are we boarding and taking off? And are we going to be delayed again? Thanks for reaching out. We're sorry your flight was delayed. Let me check why it was delayed. And then they asked me for more information. And she's, this poor person, social media support. So I gave them all my stuff. And then they took a while because I was like, hello? Any updates? And so here's what I wrote. The monitor at the gate says 2 p.m. departure. It is now 1:47. And we haven't even started boarding. So what's the deal? So this says they said our record shows that your flight was delayed due to maintenance related issues. We do all that we can to prevent delays, but at times they are unavoidable as safety of our guests and crew come first. We're doing this, the normal PR stuff. We're doing the best we can to expedite this, whatever. So I've gone ahead and issue each of the passengers on your account, which was me and Dustin, a voucher in the amount of $50 each. And I'm just sitting here and I was texting Dustin. I'm like, when am I gonna use the $100? Maybe I'll fly from here to Vegas.
Never. You're
Maybe.
never gonna use it. I had that with a travel agency who rented me a car that had been in an accident 2 days before, and it was the only car they had when I flew into Virginia on Christmas.
What?
I think it was Alliance car rental, and the car broke down on the way to return it back to one of their facilities, so that we could rent a new car because I had taken pictures of the car. The what do you call it? The defrost? Or whatever you put in the coolant. The coolant had leaked out overnight because of the car accident. And I, emailed them. So on the way, we were literally 5 to 10 minutes away from the place, 5 to 8 minutes away. The car breaks down and we are stuck on the side of the road for 3 hours in DC in the freezing cold at night. Lindley had to get out of the car and pee 3 times by a tree.
Oh my God.
Because of how cold it was. And we were just kind of bundled up with each other, trying to keep each other warm. Tow truck finally shows up, takes the car away, takes us, rent the car. They offered me $50 for the next time I rent Alliance. And I was like, fuck off. Give me my money back. Everything back, and let me rent the car for free because you guys are ridiculous.
Yeah,
I'll return it with the gas, but like this is insane.
Did you add them on social? That is, I feel like that's a scenario where you good for you.
Yeah,
yes.
And they only offered me $50, and I was like, you guys are assholes, man. Give me my fucking money back. So it was crazy. Ridiculous. Yeah, I talked about it on the top 10 show. Stardew was right. Nice memory, man. It's a valid story. A valid story.
I can't believe that. So long story short,
problem adding people. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, no, long story short, guys, do yourself the favor. If you think you're gonna, if you think you're saving $200 on your flight, you're kidding yourself, because you're gonna get you in the hidden fees. There's so much more hidden fees.
Yeah.
So somebody said if you must, because I get it, everybody has to be like operating on some sort of a budget.
Sure.
So I understand. Then do your best to do like minimal travel. Don't book it with like 50 different connections. Like you're not gonna make it. There's no way.
Yeah.
So just try to do, if you're gonna do it, then at least do a one way nonstop flight.
Yeah, absolutely. That's madness. Madness. Yeah. It's madness that way lies. And of course, Christmas is about to come up, as Wendy was saying. So it's Thanksgiving. So y'all fly out for Thanksgiving. I'm staying here. I'm not doing nothing for Christmas or Thanksgiving. We're staying here because I don't want to travel. I don't want to deal with the nonsense of it all. We dealt with it last year. I don't want to do it again.
It's going to be worse this year too.
Yeah, of course it is, because all those people who hesitated last year for COVID, all of those people are going to be wanting to fly and all this kind of stuff.
Get your
I don't want to
booster.
get involved in fights or any of that kind of nonsense. Huh?
Oh, you can't get your booster yet, can you?
I think I'm past that window that I could go if I wanted to, just like, a certain somebody that went when she wasn't supposed to go.
I got mine.
Yeah, exactly.
I was traveling. I was like, I got it 2 weeks before I had to leave for Atlanta. No COVID.
I should go though. I should go get it.
I don't want to get it again. I don't want to get it again. It was awful.
It's rough.
And by awful, I mean like our symptoms were mild. Me and yours. On paper, that was mild.
Really?
Yes.
That can't be true.
It is. We weren't hospitalized. You didn't have to get oxygen put on. No, you were mild, my friend.
There has to be there's got to be a level between mild and in the hospital. Whatever that level in the middle is, that's what I think you and I had.
No, I know mine was mild. Maybe less so for you then, but mine technically was mild. My fever never got past 101. It never got, you know what I'm saying? But I felt terrible. It was just different.
Yeah, my fever
different. I've been sick before, but like different kind of sick.
Different.
Yeah,
I never got past 98 degrees or 99.
Oh, that's really good.
So, but the breathing was around,
that's the scary part.
That's the scary part.
Yeah. My anxiety did not do well.
Yeah, no, neither did mine. This is madness. This is spirit. Airlines. Yeah, I agree. Very well said, MK Songbird. All right, we're coming. We got about 10 minutes left. Wendy, let's hit some things real quick. What do we got? Who's staying on Twitter or Disney celebrates? Let's get it.
Yeah, let's get to it. What's going on with Twitter? Are you staying on, or what are you doing?
I'm staying on for now. I saw Boss Logic saying that there's apparently an extra verification that you can apply for that validates who you are. But like, isn't that what the fuck the whole point of the blue check mark was? So anyway, it's just absolute craziness. This is just a way for a guy who runs a company to price gouge the people who are using it. And so ironically, I had joined Twitter Blue literally 2 months before.
What is that? Is that something else?
Yeah, it's
I've seen it. I see it on my Twitter, but I don't.
It's $5. And when I joined, it was $5, and it gives you the chance to edit your tweets 30 minutes after you put them out. And considering the drama I went through with that Andor tweet that was completely misinterpreted by people, though I understand why people were upset. I get it now when I look at it. I was like, okay, if it's worth it $5 a month to not make that mistake again, I will pay for it and I will be able to edit my tweets. And I'll be damned if it hasn't come in handy a few times because my fingers just go too fast. And they give you an extra window of seconds to reread your tweet before they fully send it. So you can even edit it before you even put it out. And you can edit it for 30 minutes after you put it out. So, so to me, it's worth it. $5. What's fine? It's a couple of tacos.
Okay.
It's not a big deal. $5. So it's like, okay. But then now they're coming in with this $8 thing. And I don't know if they're just going to upgrade us all.
Well, you can't even join it now because I'm on the website right now.
Yeah.
On Twitter. And like, there's no button to click to like pay for it.
To join Twitter Blue? Oh,
like I click on Twitter Blue and it says all Blue subscribers get a verified account and a blue check mark. Coming soon. Rockets at the top of the replies, mentions, and searches. Coming soon. See half the ads. Coming soon. Post longer videos. Get early access to select features. But and then you can edit. You can have an NFT profile picture if you want. You can do 1080 videos. But there is you can only subscribe on the iOS app for now. I got it. You can't do it on the website, I guess.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm in the subscribe. Yeah, I subscribe for it.
Do you get grandfathered in?
I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know.
$5 is
right
like
now,
Starbucks.
I'm still paying $4.99 a month, so I don't know if I get grandfathered in or not. So I have no idea. But I would like to know how to get extra verification. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so I just clicked on it. Do you see?
Oh no, are you putting it up on your screen?
Yeah, do you see
it says error. Oh, okay.
It says, thank you for your interest. Twitter Blue will be available in your country in the future. Please check back later.
Yeah, because they're probably dealing with the backlash of it all and figuring out what
to do. They probably have no one to work on it because half the people got fired.
Yeah, and they laid off everybody in the Africa office without even telling them.
Oh my God.
Yeah, craziness. So
you have to be on the clock to be laid off. Well, that's actually a U.S. California rule. I don't know if that's
true.
The case internationally.
Yeah, I think Africa is a different ballgame. Yeah, because AOC is coming after them for laying off the people in New York, and I think in California they're going after Elon for laying off the people in California. So I don't know how
he's dealing with a lot, huh?
Yeah. Well, I mean, he didn't want to buy it. He did not want to buy it.
You just don't buy it.
Yeah, he should have just not bought it.
There are ways to negotiate yourself out of it. I feel like he as a businessman should know this.
You would think.
Anyways.
All right.
I'll stay on for as long as we'll see what happens. Because I think everything is kind of up in the air right now. Everybody's saying this, that. Right. People are leaving in droves. I will say I lost
200 followers in the last week or so from people leaving Twitter.
I think I lost about 80.
Oh, okay. That's good.
Yeah, not too bad.
Yeah.
I'm not on Twitter that much. That's the whole thing.
You're smart.
Because it's kind of...
I wish I'd stop. I wish I could stop. I have to live with myself. It's funny. I can live with myself on TikTok, but I can't live with myself on Twitter. I don't know.
It's different.
I like to read the article. Like I go to the New York Times. I go to all these places. I like to be informed.
Yeah.
It's an easy way to be informed. Oh, here's a current article. Boom. Click on it and read it. It's just easier way to do it. But I've got to stop with the political stuff. I just got to lay off that.
Well, you might as well tweet it out now because it all disappears tomorrow. You might as well just exercise your thumbs.
I guess so. All right. We got 6 minutes. Let's go. What do we got next? Anything Disneyland celebrates? What's the celebrate?
So anybody who is a park goer for the California theme park, Disneyland and Disney California, if you're looking forward to holiday treats for Disneyland and Disney California Adventures, that starts this Friday. All the holiday goodness is coming, and they're also doing a special celebration for Wakanda Forever. So there'll be a special booth with special food and drinks. M'Baku is now going to be at the park as a special appearance. I'm not sure about if we're going to see Black Panther, but there is M'Baku. So that is really cool. And I think if you scroll up, there it is. That's the food. Yeah,
looks good. I'm down.
Yeah, so that's like peri chicken and other flavorful dishes. Like I'm really looking for. I'm going on Friday. This is why we're going on Friday.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, and they're selling like a Black Panther gauntlet drink holder thingy, which looks really cool.
Wow. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah. So that is what's happening.
I gotta get a subscription anyway. Whatever. I won't use it. All right. So there you go. And let's get into some of these recommendations or reviews. I mean, we already talked in essence about Black Panther. Our thoughts on that. Anything you want to review or tell people is coming?
Yes, this is an Apple TV Plus movie starring Ryan Reynolds and Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
It is up your alley, Rocha, as it is a musical. It's Christmas and it's a musical.
Yes. I did a Twitter reaction. No one watched it, but go ahead. Yes, go ahead.
Did you see it?
Not yet. I haven't seen it. I don't know if it's on the app yet, on the Screeners app yet. So
I think it comes out this Friday, actually.
Oh, so maybe it is up there.
So it might be. It is a lot of fun. It is big scale. Like if you saw Schmigadoon on Apple TV Plus, it's I think the same people essentially. So it's a very unique spin on A Christmas Carol. Because we do have the ghosts of Christmas past, present, yet to come, haunting a specific person, but it takes a whole different spin. It's kind of meta. It's very self-aware. I really enjoyed it. The songs are fun. The dance numbers are huge. The production, I was like, what? How much is this?
Right.
Yeah, it's pretty grand. A tad bit too long.
Okay.
It could have trimmed out a couple of songs. It's like 2 hours plus.
What? For a Christmas movie?
Let me hold on. Let me. It felt like 2 hours plus. I
that
guess
can't be right.
Hold on. Let me see.
If that's right,
that's Spirited.
A comedy Christmas musical should not be more than 2 hours long.
Okay, wait. When I put in Spirited,
yeah, the
Spirited Away comes up. So hold on. 2 hours and 7 minutes.
That's ridiculous.
That's what I'm saying. I wish they had trimmed the fat a little bit.
Yeah. Who do you think you are? Judd Apatow? That's ridiculous.
He's the one Octavia Spencer is in this as well. She's fantastic.
I heard she's
as always.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that's something to look forward to kick off your holiday spirit. Just don't fly Spirit Airlines.
Oh my God. Yeah. And the people involved, the people doing the music are the people who did the music for Greatest Showman. So I definitely want to watch. I want to hear those songs because I want to see if there's some new songs I can enjoy. As for me, The Crown comes out today. Season 5 of The Crown. I cannot wait. I've got a very, very busy day, but I've got maybe an hour to myself, and I'm going to start at least with episode 1 because I love this damn series so much. And it's getting some, heat. Even the Dame Judi Dench was like, they need to put disclaimers on this to make it clear that it is not real. And it's like, everyone knows it's a damn show, Judy, like Dame Judy. So, don't come from a crown. Don't come from the crown. I defend that with strong hands. So, but I'll be doing reviews of it with Laura Kelly. We're going to do episode 1 through 5. And then episode 6 through 10 is a separate review because we did that last time for season 4.
Nice.
So I'm looking forward to seeing it. So I'm looking forward to it. I saw a crazy ass, insane stream of consciousness movie last night. Bardo from Alejandro Inarritu, who did The Revenant and the Birdman. This is an out there film. If you like the current Terrence Malick stream of consciousness type style, this is very much that. We're going to get The Fabelmans, which is a softer, easier story of Steven Spielberg, much more cuddly, feely. This one's more out there, more challenging, more insane. You're following a director as he's kind of navigating his life in these weird, fantastical tangents. And for me, it really worked, even though I'm not hearing great things from other reviewers. I enjoyed it. But again,
I'm seeing that tomorrow night.
You are? Okay, good luck, Wendy. But I love Malick stuff. So those are the things we're here. Oh, okay. Well, I got to block somebody.
I was going to say.
Sorry about that.
Hey, real quick. Are you caught up with Love is Blind season 3?
Of course I'm going to. What kind of. Wait. Are the new episodes out today?
Today. I haven't watched those yet. I haven't watched those yet.
I'm totally caught up.
The latest one. What was the last thing that happened?
The marriage. The two didn't work out. And then
I was surprised. SK said no.
I called it.
Did you really?
Yeah, my girlfriend was so adamant after their initial kind of shaky start. She's like, oh no, it feels like he's really into her and he's going to say yes. And I was like, no way. I'm telling you right now, because he's African. And this idea of his family, that is so big to people who are from Africa.
Then he didn't foresee this when he was trying to date her, knowing they had all this time to talk.
I know.
She was ready.
Yeah, she was. She seemed like she was really, really ready. But to her credit, she handled it with class. She handled it. She could have gotten super drama and thrown shit around. but she was so classy. And with
the way
her mom,
she said, "I'm gonna walk away now." Yes, I like that she came and they had a
woman to woman.
Yeah.
That was
what about
we don't know.
Bartise, and what do you think, Nancy and Bartise?
I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think that's going to happen. I think the only ones that survive, I think Cole and what's her face are going to get married.
You think so?
Yeah,
God, those two, I don't know, man.
That's my That's my wild prediction. Is they're actually going to make it?
Oh my God.
Who are the other two couples?
Colleen and Matt.
No way.
I think Colleen's going to say no.
Absolutely. Matt is a control freak. Matt needs to go to therapy.
He's been too hurt from the past. That has not healed. Yeah. And you can tell, and I feel so bad for him because what he went through was terrible.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Like
but she's starting to see the if she did say yes and marry, this is going to be a constant battle for them because he can't change overnight. You're right. He's got to go talk to somebody and not her about it.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, yes, talk to her about it, but they need someone that's their job to listen.
He's got a lot of therapy to do. And I don't think
his friends know it too. I gotta say, when he met, they knew it. They knew it.
Yeah, and the other one is the Brennan, right? And the
I think that's not going to work out either.
I think he is going to. Oh, I gotta block another one. I think he is going to. It seems like from the trailers and from the footage they showed teasing these next episodes, that he's going to be the one that is not 100% dialed in, that the overwhelming nature of it all, changing his religion, you know, her family and the pressure they put on him saying he needs to provide all the time. I think that's the prenup. I think in the end, that's all going to be like, I can't 100% dial into it. And you know what? I wouldn't blame him.
No,
I wouldn't blame him. I think if
it's a lot of pressure,
I'm taking it off the table. I love you. I know you're committed to me. I believe you. Then boom, be willing to go into it. But the reason I think that the other two aren't going to make it, Bartise, that they're not going to get big, is because you see her brother flipping out in the trailer, like the original trailer. He's like, "What the? Why did we even?"
Because he said no. Probably. Right. I bet you she says yes and he says no.
Oh, yeah. I think he says no. Absolutely. Yeah.
Wow. So but you really think Cole and Zanab is gonna?
Oh yeah, Cole and Zanab. Totally.
They fight a lot, though.
I know, but I think he really does love her. I just think he's stupid, and not in the like. I don't think he's dumb, like, you know, clinically dumb. I just
no.
He doesn't know how to speak to her love language, and he's going to have to learn. But I think he wants to learn.
He is willing.
Yeah, there's an earnestness to him, and he's honest to his fault. Like sometimes talking about the women he finds attractive, like. Other women would be like, fuck you, hit the road. But Zanab just keeps sticking around. And I think Zanab kind of has a hint that he really does care about her.
Yeah.
But she's got to get over her insecurity issues as well. Oh my God, listen to me. I'm crazy. You know, I'm obsessed with these shows. But like,
tune in next week. We will give you updates on these 2 new episodes that went up today. We should do that top of the show next week.
You want to do reaction videos too? I should do reaction videos to this fucking shit. That's
you should. Oh my God, people would love it. People would love it.
Anyway, all right, we gotta go, man. Thank you all so much for watching this episode of John and Wendy Show. You can find it on YouTube now on the Outlaw Nation. We're kind of done with the Twitch experiment for now. We'll see if it opens up again down the road. But it was a fun time while it lasted. It was really great. But this is where I think we need to put it. So Wendy was very gracious to agree, and this is where we're going to be from now on. So
yes,
Wendy, please, another fun show. Please let everybody know where they can find you and see everything I got going on.
Yeah, thank you. God, I want to talk more Love is Blind so much. Just speculation.
Maybe we should review it on the channel. I'd be down next week. If you wanted to review it. Yeah,
let's do it. Okay,
right.
Nice. Looking forward to it. I got to watch this episode, see what happens.
Oh my God, me too.
You can find me on The Movie Couple on YouTube, talking trailer breakdowns, movie reviews, and Disney stuff. You can also find me on socials, Twitter, if you want to go on Twitter. If not, there's Instagram at Wendy Lee Zaney, just like my name down there. And on TikTok, it's Wendy Zaney.
Yeah, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. As for me, please make sure you subscribe to the channel down below. Trying to get to that 25,000 subscribers mark. So close.
Yes.
So please hit that subscribe button, hit that bell button as you're watching the show today, right now, or later, whenever you're watching the show. We'd appreciate it. As for the show itself, please give a like to us as we're wrapping up. If you're watching it later, give a like and leave a comment down below. Likes and comments elevate the visibility of this show as well. And come and follow me on Twitch, the Outlaw Nation, all one word. And I have a Patreon, patreon.com/John Rocha, if you want to support everything we're going on here on the Outlaw Nation, and come hang out with us a couple times a week for sure. All right, that's it. Y'all take care of yourselves. Be well. Enjoy the rest of your week. Remember, we got stuff still coming up over the next couple of days on the Outlaw Nation channel, so pay attention to all of that, and we'll talk to you next time with another brand new live episode of the John and Wendy Show. Peace.
Bye.